Let's jump into Elon suing OpenAI. So, just this week, Elon Musk is suing OpenAI and Sam Altman for allegedly choosing profits over humanity. And that is a quote. Claiming that OpenAI has failed to keep its promise to develop AI tools to the benefit of humanity. And he's calling this a breach of contract. By the way, a contract that doesn't actually exist, other than they kind of spoke about it, and it was kind of it's in there. I forgot what he said. It's like it's in their ethos or whatever it is. It's like it's a given that it exists, that they were going to do it this way, and we agreed on it.
It's in the Articles of Corporation, but that's it.
That's it. Articles of Corporation. That was it. Yeah. So Musk helped launch and fund OpenAI back in 2015. He gave $44 million between 2016 and 2020. So a chunk of change, which pales in comparison to the $13 billion that Microsoft have invested in it since, or have promised to invest in it. He left a co-chair position in 2018, but remained a contributor. He wants the internal design and technology to be made public. That's one of his requests of the lawsuit. The other one, he wants executives and Microsoft to be unable to profit from the work that OpenAI are doing. And he wants undisclosed damages that he wants to give to charity or non-profit, which is easy for the richest man in the world to say, because of course, like, he would want to bankrupt somebody else and give that money to charity. He doesn't need to take it for himself. So what do you think? Do either of you guys know the point of this lawsuit, other than a grown man baby throwing his toys out the crib because his competition is seemingly going to beat him?
So on its face value, when you just read the first initial scheme of this, he invested in a nonprofit, and the nonprofit turned around and became a for-profit.
Right.
And so taking that fact at its face value and just 10,000 foot of view, he may have some kind of case. The reason he wants this to be public, though, I would imagine, is so that he can take the technology and run it in Grok or whatever that's called.
Yeah.
I think that's what he wants to do. So I don't see that happen. I do find it kind of odd that he doesn't want Microsoft to benefit after going through the thing that Delaware did to him and said, you can't get paid at, Tesla, even though the stock went up and through the roof and those kind of things. And he lost that lawsuit where they basically took away his right to get paid at Tesla. It said the package was, so it's weird that he's also looking at someone else's pocket now. It seems like he'd be more sensitive to those things, or Microsoft obviously invested in a for-profit company and they deserve to make money on it.
I think he's just, like you said, he's butthurt because he wanted, instead of Microsoft, to be Tesla. And because he didn't have the belief initially to commit Tesla fully into, because I'm sure he would have made it for profit as well, like knowing Elon, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes.
Like he totally would have done it. It's literally because it's Microsoft and not Tesla. And I think, like, I've seen some of the emails, he never thought of Microsoft coming in and, swooping it. He thought like Google would be the big competitor and like whatever. And so like he just messed up, made the wrong call, and now he is missing out all the benefits that come from that. And the fact that, Elon Musk is open the benefit of humanity, that's a joke. Like, he doesn't care. You know what I mean? It's like, he does not. Like, he is, all about profit. He's just taking advantage of, hey, it's not him. He's butthurt, and let me try and make a fuss about it and see what happens. But at the end of the day, it's like,
he has his own version of this. He has XAI, that product Grok, which, by the way, is a paid product behind a paywall right now on Twitter. He's literally doing the exact same thing that they're doing. Yet he's like, well, because we agreed in the first place that your version would be this, I never said that about my version, therefore I'm going to sue you over your version being this, while doing the exact same thing over here. But his version is junk, it's crap, it's nowhere near as good as the OpenAI version, so he's butthurt about it, that he doesn't have that version anymore. And something's so
to be fair, no one's really close to OpenAI though.
Like, no, they're not. None of these other ones have been as good. They haven't. No. Anthropic put a new one out this week that apparently has some stats that are better than theirs, but I don't have the paid version to be able to like play with it and test it. But every other one that I've ever tested it's just been nowhere near as good. OpenAI's ChatGPT and Copilot, which uses ChatGPT by Microsoft, are still the best ones that I've played with. A couple of responses from OpenAI. I've seen two things. We've seen a blog post which released a bunch of emails, which we'll look at here in a second, and they signed an open letter. So I don't know if you guys saw this. The open letter. They signed an open letter that was entitled "Build AI for a Better Future," subtitled "We call on everyone to build, broadly deploy, and use AI to improve people's lives and unlock a better future." The final paragraph, which says, "We undersigned already are experiencing the benefits of AI and are committed to building AI that will contribute to a better future for humanity. Please join us." And that kind of sums up what the rest of the thing says, actually. And it's signed by the likes of Meta, Google, Microsoft, Salesforce, Hugging Face, 11 Labs, and then a whole bunch of other companies and individuals. A total of, I think, 354 signatories, which are not just random people. These are companies and notable people in the space have signed this. Notice Musk isn't signing this, and X isn't signing this. So that's kind of like they put this back to say, hey, no, we are open. We do want to be open in one way, and we're doing it to benefit everybody. The other thing that they did was they put up a blog post, and they made public some emails from Elon Musk, basically summarized in a way that Elon wanted it for profit is kind of one of the things that comes out of these emails. He wanted it to be for profit, so this kind of takes away his, we agreed that it would never be for profit. He wanted to take it under Tesla. He wanted to be the CEO and be the major shareholder in the thing. He wanted to profit at that point. And he also agreed that the fact that it was open didn't necessarily mean open source. The fact that it was open and the name part of OpenAI would eventually go away. He agreed that in an email, as we get closer to building AI, it will make sense to start being less open. The open in OpenAI means that everyone should benefit from the fruits of AI after it's built, but it's totally okay to not share the science. Elon responded to that email with, yup. Legally binding? Probably not, but his sentiment is there probably that yes, he kind of agreed with that idea, that I don't think it was never meant to be fully open all the time. They were always going to be for profit. They were always going to hide some of their technology from the broader public. The open part means that everybody can benefit from the fact that it is out there. So what do you guys think about this?
Going to say, I agree with Bobby. He just made the wrong call, and now he's just upset. And he is not part of like this whole thing that now is OpenAI, and he's just regretting it. And he's trying to kind of, figure out like how he could benefit.
He definitely wants the technology, and he wants OpenAI to reveal all their secrets. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, like, he's actually barking up the wrong tree. Before OpenAI, now they're backed by Microsoft.
Yeah.
And you could tell when Sam Altman left, Microsoft ain't playing.
No.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
People visited people's houses and said, hey, Sam's coming back. We're just letting you know.
Speaking on the technology aspect of it, because kind of something they mentioned in this, one of the threads in the emails is this idea we want humanity to benefit, but it doesn't mean that we have to divulge like the technology behind it.
Right.
And I used to, and I'm still all for open source, but at the same time, if you create a technology that a bad actor could use to do bad things at a level that people can't stop, okay, you have a good point, so maybe safety is an important concern to have. And so I feel like, as much as I love the fact that it will be cool if we have access and open source, like whatever, but at the same time, technology that has potential to cause serious harm should probably not be available to everybody. Like, I can't build a nuclear bomb right now if I wanted to. You know what I mean? It's like,
right.
It's there's
Gotta enrich some uranium first.
Yeah,
that's a hard problem.
Hold on, let me check my refrigerator. I have something.
Yeah, but that makes sense, doesn't it? To keep some of it, not everything has to be open. Keeping some of it private is okay. And I like the idea of this, because we have said like OpenAI, more like closed AI. We make that joke a lot, but maybe that does make sense. And the fact that it was open doesn't necessarily mean open source, that you can look at everything. It means that everybody can benefit. And that seems like that's the point they're trying to make here. And Elon knows this. He's just butthurt that Microsoft's going to profit from it and not him. That's it. It's literally that simple.
He should have bought it a long time ago. He should have bought it for $44 million is what he should have done when they needed money.
Yep.
He should have said, I'll own the whole thing for $50 million.
Right. He could have got it for 100 million easy. No questions. No questions.
Apparently, if you read through these things, he had a lot more vision of like where this could go than even the founders did. Like they didn't know.
Yep.
And he's used to building things at scale, you know, like rockets and cars. And so part of it was right. 1 billion is nothing. You need to like,
but they wanted 100 million to start off with.
Right.
That was their initial like figure. And he said, no, it's way bigger than that. It's 1 billion. He should have just said, if this is what he's going to do, he should have said, here's 100 million. Okay, now I'm the CEO. Let's go.
And I own the thing. Yeah,
exactly. He could have done that.
He should have done.
Yep.
And so I don't know why he didn't do that. It's hard to tell.
Now who cares why he didn't originally? Now he's just mad about the fact that he didn't. Right. He didn't buy Bitcoin at 25 cents a Bitcoin. That's his butthurt. Right? He's just upset that he didn't buy it at such a low value and is able to profit from it. And he can't recreate it, apparently. It's not as easy as I think he thought it was to recreate it. And he's seen that now. He's seen how crappy his Grok version is. And he's like, well, I thought it was just going to be easy. So it's not. So now I'm just going to sue them because I don't think he thinks he's even going to win. I think he thinks he can spend $50 million suing Microsoft and Sam Altman and just sue the problem away and just put it out in public and just, it's nothing to him. It's chump change. It's like us spending $10 on lunch.
Yeah, but Microsoft has unlimited money.
They do, but he just wants to hold them up and just be in the way. And, you know, he just wants to be a pain and be in the news. And
I think of what you just said, to be in the news. I think he's basically, this is a way for him, for people to hear his name in public. And he knows Microsoft has deep pockets. They don't care. And even Microsoft is probably not taking this lawsuit seriously. They're like, there's nothing like for you to stand on. And for him,
Microsoft's saying, bro, we get sued by governments every day. So
exactly.
You see our EU antitrust stuff?
It's like, we got this. It's like, our law team is not something we worry about. So we're good. But like for him, it's like, hey, I paid, for this lawsuit and now everybody's talking about it. I mean, like we're talking about it. Every YouTubers talking about it. It's a story. It's a big story. And it's like he's inserting his way back into people's minds, regardless what happens.
Now, the flip side of this whole discussion is, even though I'm like against Elon on this particular case, I don't trust Sam Altman as far as I can throw him. That guy would release AGI on the world if he had it. Absolutely. Yeah. That guy is the Bond villain from Quantum of Solace. I don't know if you remember that movie, but he looks just like that guy. And it's like every time I think of it, it's like the guy from Quantum of Solace. But I just think he's a Bond villain. I think that, he talks about like universal income and OpenAI will fund the world. And he's out there saying he needs $7 trillion to do this thing, which is more than the U.S. government's, per capita, per capita. It's like it's bigger than the U.S. I don't like him at all, and I don't like either one of them. But so
what's crazy though, like the thing that they're building and the money he needs. I know this is like another tin hat thing, but imagine if like China's like, yeah, we'll give you trillions of dollars. All you have to do is just come here.
Oh,
it's like, I mean, that's not going to end well for him, but I'm just saying, it's like if it's. Because that will be, I'm sure there's like what is it called? Like not espionage, but something like
you can't export. Like, I mean, the federal government's going to like restrict these companies from exporting tech right now. Yeah. So like even like Nvidia can't give certain chips to China. There's no way they're going to say, "Oh, OpenAI can lease technology out there," because China will make their own chips, I guess, of some sort. So it's a big game. It's an expensive game, and